Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S. I hope everyone's well. So we are obviously approaching the end of October. Only a few more days to go, unfortunately, till the end of October already. And unfortunately, I didn't achieve many of the plans I set out for myself, like about supporting the global Black Diaspora and Dyslexic Diaspora for October, because it's both Black History Month and Dyslexic. Black History Month and Dyslexia Awareness Month. Yeah, that's the right order. Or as I call them, Black History and Empowerment and Dyslexia Awareness and Empowerment Month. But yeah, so unfortunately, I didn't quite work on my plans quite as well as I'd like, or as organised as I'd like. I know there's like a coronavirus problem anyway, but whether I would have done better, if anything, that probably gives me more chance to be on my own and like focus more on what I'm doing. But anyway, I have managed to get like rebook using the library computer, so that was pretty good. But anyway, this is going to be another one of my list videos, so I hope people enjoy these videos. Yeah, I thought I'd cover some of my plans for the future, reflect on where I've got so far. But yeah, I would have liked to have done more in October. But anyway, so here goes. So yeah, so number one, in the future ASAP, I would love to support, maybe next October, or maybe like even in November or December, or whenever I can. I know, like, I'm normally on different months, I like to focus on different themes, so I would have liked to have done it this month, but maybe like I have a little joke where I say I'm dyslexic, so I need extra time, and that's because in the UK, some people with dyslexia get extra time in their exams. I think it might happen in America, some other places, but yeah, so I say I need extra time. But sorry if I'm waffling, by the way. But yeah, so number one, in the future, I would love to help and support both Black and stroke or dyslexic people, as I've talked before about, like on YouTube, like support their YouTube channels, like watch their videos, give them likes, and hopefully they'll do the same for my channel. Like also people of colour, minorities generally, as I've said before, like as well, and people with disabilities as well, and that sort of thing. But especially Black and stroke or dyslexic people as well, because of in October, if I can. So next year, hopefully I'll do that a lot more. I already done that a little bit. Like I've like sort of watched and supported and liked videos from Black and stroke or dyslexic YouTubers in the past. So yeah, I'd like to do that more in the future, and like just generally support, see how I could support Black and stroke or dyslexic YouTubers and YouTubers of colour generally, and YouTubers with disabilities generally. Moving on, number two, I would love to see how I could support both Black and stroke or dyslexic people, especially across Africa. As with all these ideas, it's mainly Black and stroke or dyslexic people in particular across Africa, like raising awareness of dyslexia across Africa as well. But I'd love to support, as I say, Black and stroke or dyslexic people as in terms of making, in terms of being part of, tourism, the tourism industry or tourism sector. So like being involved and looking at how maybe people who are already in the tourism industry, tourism sector, and whatever, could look at mentoring more Black and stroke or dyslexic people around the world, especially in Africa itself and Australasia as well, with Aborigines and Maoris, like supporting their tourism industries. Again, I probably mentioned that point a while back, but I've been to like an Aborigine centre in Australia, so I'd love to in the future like to visit more as well, and like just generally support them and encourage more people to support those, especially people who want to support the Aboriginal community and who wish to support Africa and see Africa do well. Maybe again next year, people go to visit Africa in October or things like that, and that sort of thing. Number three, I'd also love to support Black and stroke or dyslexic people, especially in Africa, as I say, as with all these ideas in terms of technology as well, and possibly STEM generally, science, tech, engineering, and maths. For those who may not have seen my previous videos where I talked about that, or who don't know generally what STEM stands for. But yeah, so I'd love to support Black and stroke or dyslexic people in STEM subjects generally, especially in tech, and again, particularly in Africa and Aborigine and Maori communities as well. Number four, in the future, I'd love to interview Black and stroke or dyslexic politicians, like dyslexic politician like Matt Hancock here in the UK, or Gavin Newsom in the US, or around the world. There are quite a few dyslexic politicians who have worked with their dyslexia to achieve a lot of things. So I think another one is Michael Heseltine, who's also an entrepreneur, and which is another path for a lot of dyslexic people. Like if you struggle and like people don't understand you, or give you opportunities in careers in other areas, maybe sometimes creating your own careers in like business and things like that, easier said than done, of course, but that's a way to make something for yourself, if you know what I mean, or make something of yourself either way. So yeah, so I'd love to interview both black and stroke or dyslexic politicians, like especially like female politicians like Diane Abbott here in the UK, or Dawn Butler and people like that, and also David Lammy. I nearly forgot his name, but so not just female ones, but yeah, black and stroke or dyslexic politicians, including female ones. I know I probably said quite a few bad things about politicians, but I still think they can inspire more people to get with dyslexia or from Black diaspora to get into politics. But yeah, so I'd love to interview them, like possibly like do podcasts, or like speak to them on like Skype or Facebook live chat, and like broadcast that to Facebook, so our discussions and things like that, or even other platforms maybe in the future, like whatever new platforms there are out there. Number 5, again, I'd love to hear from black and stroke or dyslexic people about what their aspirations are and what they think holds them back, and how we can tackle those sorts of things and make things better for black and stroke or dyslexic people, and again raise awareness of dyslexia in Africa, and also unite Africa together much more, make them more as united as possible, like work together, especially in things like technology and things like as I mentioned before, like 1 billion or so people working together in technology. So again, these are more things I wish to work for, more things I wish to work towards in the future as well, maybe in November. But like I would have, as I say, I would have liked to have done it in October because it's Black History Month specifically here in the UK. But maybe like I'm a bit behind schedule, but it will still be like supporting those groups. So that's the main sort of thing. So I hope to work on those sorts of goals. Number 6, again, like helping black and stroke or dyslexic people reach their full potential, whether that's in business, politics, or other such areas like technology, as I say, especially in Africa, and how to unite and bring people together and build bridges and that sort of thing, and look at what both black and stroke or dyslexic people have contributed to the world, and that sort of thing. Number 7, as I said before, like I'd love to interview as many people from the black and stroke or dyslexic diaspora, and like find out about their projects and how I could support them perhaps, and how we could support each other as people of color and minorities, or how other minority groups like Asian or mixed race people like myself could support the black community, and in the future how they could return the favor, and that sort of thing. Number 8, I'd love to explain like what dyslexia is. So dyslexia is basically difficulty with languages, but we also have many, as well as though we have many negative things about dyslexia, or many weaknesses like our spelling or things like that, we also have many strengths that we can contribute. So I hope to look into the more positive sides of what we have to offer, like how we are out of the box thinkers, we think in pictures instead of words, and we come up with original ideas and things like that. So some great YouTube or general resources to check out, like I like organizations like Made by Dyslexia, Dyslexic Advantage, the Yale Center for Dyslexia and Creativity, and many organizations like that around the world, like Understood in America. So there are many now organizations, and probably some that I haven't even heard of before, but you can find out a lot about dyslexia. I think Made by Dyslexic Advantage has some excellent videos, and also Made by Dyslexia as well here in the UK. But and I think Made by Dyslexia is actually run by successful dyslexics, many of them even famous, or like people like Keira Knightley. I think I don't know if she runs it, but she's part of it. Orlando Bloom, Richard Branson, and people like that. Whatever you think of those people, and Jamie Oliver and people like that, they actually run this organization. So it's quite good to see they're inspiring others. But Dyslexic Advantage invites some great people to a conference to talk about dyslexic strengths. Obviously, as the name suggests, it's like the advantages of dyslexia. So hopefully people across Africa especially will find out about those advantages and that sort of thing. And also like the success stories from black people themselves as well. So hopefully that will inspire other black people to be empowered, and like to see like black heroes who have done well. So people across Africa and places like that can sort of be inspired by those like heroes of African independence and things like that. And I'd love to find out more about different African countries and their independence. Number 9, I'd also love to support more black and stroke or dyslexic people to become writers / authors, artists, poets, creatives, makers, creators, designers, and that sort of thing. And I think it's quite an irony, but quite a few dyslexics are writers, authors, whichever you want to call it. And they've even made like YouTube videos about how they are writers in spite of their dyslexia, or even like how dyslexia in some ways actually helps them if they get like a ghostwriter or things like that. But with creativity and things like that. So yeah, dyslexic can probably do well in most areas if like we're encouraged and that sort of thing. And number 10, I'd love to help young people, especially, as I say, from Africa, in business, politics, and other such areas. So anyway, I hope I wasn't waffling too much there. I know I stumbled across some more words, but I hope some people out there enjoyed it. And I'm out. Peace and love.